Love more than song we sing. Fears the way we die. We can make the mountains ring, make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, they may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come, some may go, we shall surely pass. When the one that's left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. When you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen. We heard the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. Stare at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. One more time. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Right now. Right now.
Woo. While you're on your feet, please offer the Namaste greeting to those around you. Namaste, Namaste Zoomers, Namaste Tech Team, Brian, Joy, Travis, Namaste musicians. We see you. All right. And please also take a moment to silence your cell phones. If your cell phone should ring during the service, I will answer it and return it after the service. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual director and senior minister here. And it is my joy to say to you, welcome to the Awakening Ways spiritual community, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of awakening to the loving heart, the inspired mind, and the sacred soul present in every life. We are an independent New Thought community, and we follow the teachings of Ernest Holmes. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. We have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. And now our practitioner of the day, Kristen, is going to come up and do our Ernest Holmes reading and invocation.
There we go. Can you hear me? All right, our new sound system. We are a community of prayer. And some days, sometimes, some eras, we really need it more than others at a personal level and a global level. And at Awakening Ways, we have several ways that you can tap into prayer. Coming to the services, of course. You can send a prayer request at info@awakeningways.org. And that will be forwarded on to our soul support team. And we are a mighty force. It's made up of the ministers and the practitioners of this community. You can also take a card. We're filling up our cards over there and make an appointment with the practitioner minister and have a one-on-one. It's kind of like editing. You go back and figure out what false information you've been believing in, and you say, that's not true, and you replace it with something that's true. Yes. And now with word processing, you don't have to type your whole term paper over again. So then you can have a 3-minute miracle with me afterwards. We are having our meeting afterwards, so we might need to make it quick, and I have forgotten something because there's 4. The box, oh my gosh, the wonderful box. Just fill in your prayer request for yourself or someone who you know would be welcoming prayer and put it over there. Okay, so I do know how to use this time. I've got it lined up, not like the last time. I used my last piece of paper on my printer to print up another thing, and then I thought I should reach out to Reverend Elizabeth, and oh, lo and behold, she had the same quote that she's going to use. Okay. I clear my mind of discord. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, John 14:27. How are we going to heal ourselves and others? By first becoming convinced that love is a principle of nature. We have ample evidence scientifically, logically, and intuitively that there is no need for anyone in the world today to speak of love as mere sentimentality. We have to practice the presence of God as love, as friendship, as peace, as joy, if we would know the fullness of the adventure of living. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. Take a couple deep healing breaths. We know there is only one Spirit, one God, the one, the wholeness, pure love, pure peace, pure health, pure open communication, the one mind. I am one with this, and as I know I know that everyone here is also. And I declare this day, we are here for a reason. We are here to hear this music. We are here to hear the words that Reverend Elizabeth is going to speak. We're here to look out the window and see those amazing pelicans. We're here to look into the eyes of our community and know that we're looking into the eyes of everyone in this world, knowing that everyone's story is as completely theirs and important as our own. And then we let go of our stories and enter into the one love. I'm so grateful we're here. I know my words are true. I release them into the law, and together we say, and so it is.
I lived a spiritual life, and I learned nothing. I lived a spiritual life, and I learned nothing. I learned nothing's too good to be true. Nothing's too wonderful to happen. Nothing's too good to last. Anything is possible. I read all the spiritual books, and I learned nothing. I learned nothing. I read all the spiritual books, and I learned nothing. I learned nothing's too good to be true. Nothing's too wonderful to happen. Nothing's too good to last. Anything is possible. Thank you, Lord, for this life. I'm having a powerful life. Thank you, Lord, for this life. I'm having a wonderful, having a powerful, having a real good time. Oh, I listen to the spiritual talks, and I learned nothing. I learned nothing. I listen to the spiritual talks, and I learned nothing. I learned nothing. I learned nothing's too good to be true. Nothing's too wonderful to happen. Nothing's too good to last. 'Cause anything is possible.
All right. Wow. I think I need my own table. That's my vision. Good morning. Hello, beloveds. Look at you. Wow. Wow. Oh, it's so good to see you all. I missed you. I wasn't here last week. How was last week? Awesome, right? Always, yes. So, friends, we're going. How many of you have been watching the news? Right? So, we're going to start this morning with some silence. And so, I invite you to close your eyes and just join me in turning within as we come to a place of peace, and we'll be in silence for 1 minute together. open your eyes as it feels natural to do so. Wow. So much power in that silence, isn't there? Thank you. So, Spirit wants to talk about peace today. And for those of us who have been watching the news, we all know what's going on, reading the news, and we must remember this about what we see on the news, that the news coverage displays faulty beliefs. The news coverage presents collective fears. The news coverage highlights unhealthy patterns. The news coverage reveals deepest desires, and the news coverage tells me the world's prayer request. It was Mark Twain who said, "If you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you are misinformed." Now, that's not to say that what we're seeing on the news is not the reality that's occurring over in Ukraine, right? Just to be clear, we're not saying that's not happening, but what happens is a spin and different outlets are trying to get ratings, and so what we're called to do as spiritual beings in a time like this, spiritual beings having a human experience, is to not believe everything that we see, to not believe everything that we think or that our friends are saying, to watch and to listen and learn what our prayer work is. Then get to work. Because I think sometimes we're inclined to watch and then go on about how scary and horrible and awful and terrifying and what's going to into this whole thing of anxiety. But we're spiritual beings having a human experience. We are here to recognize what the prayer request is. What is mine to do? Oftentimes we see things and we go, they need to fix that. Oh, yeah, it's not just me. Yes, and what can I do? What am I called to do? Who am I called to be in this moment, at this time, on this planet, to contribute to a peaceful world? If it's true, and I do say this often, so I believe it is true, that the world I see is the world in me, then I've got something going on here. I see war, I see conflict, I see people suffering and fear and more. Where is my peace? I want to see my peace. I want to feel my peace. I want to know my peace. Now, I realize this is my prayer work. Peace. I'm not sending hopes and prayers of peace over there. I'm asking myself, what can I do in my own life to be an ambassador of peace, to be so peaceful that people who approach me feel that peaceful place, that peaceful presence? It's not about the politics of the conflict. It's not about who should do what, when, or where. It's about my personal responsibility. So what action can I take? We should all be asking ourselves this very same question. What action can I take? Well, what that looks like, who do I need to forgive? Who do I need to forgive? I mean, have I carried that resentment around long enough? I think so. Who do I need to forgive? As this sermon was coming through, at least 2 people came to mind. And I thought, oh, okay. So I invite you in this moment right now to consider the first person that comes to your mind is who you need to forgive. Let it be known in your mind right now. What resentment am I harboring that creates that icky feeling inside of disdain and condemnation? Because, I can't condemn others without feeling the condemnation in my own consciousness. and thereby perpetuating it in my life. What resentment am I harboring that creates that icky feeling? Whatever it is, I let it go now. I'm totally over it, and I can be over it, and I can declare to be over it, and I can declare to be over it right now, even if I don't want to. Because that person did something, right? But what I am declaring is peace for myself so that I can be a peaceful presence. And as each one of us does this very same thing, we're each individually peaceful presence, and then together as a group, we are a mighty, magnificent force of peace to be reckoned with. That's what we're up to. So I dissolve any and all condemnation of others or myself back into the nothingness from whence it came. All things are made new in this moment because I said so. Everything in my life is made new right now. This means I'm cutting away that yellow cautionary tape where I have claimed that God or peace cannot enter. I cut that away, and I let the peace come rushing in. Can you feel that? How does that feel? You cut away that tape and let that peace come rushing in. Let love pour into those places, filling every crack and crevice with love and peace and harmony right within us. Oh, yes. It was Pema Chodron who wrote, every day we could think about aggression in the world and ask ourselves, am I going to add to the aggression? At the moment when things get edgy, we can just ask ourselves, am I going to practice peace or am I going to war? We are called to peace. Thich Nhat Hanh in Living Buddha, Living Christ wrote, we often think of peace as the absence of war, that if powerful countries would reduce their weapon arsenals, we would have peace. But if we look deeply into the weapons, we see our own minds, our own prejudices, our own fears, and ignorance. Even if we were to transport all the bombs to the moon, the roots of war and the roots of bombs are still there in our hearts and minds, and sooner or later we will make new bombs. To work for peace is to uproot war from ourselves and from the hearts of men and women, to prepare for war, to give millions of men and women the opportunity to practice killing day and night in their hearts is to plant millions of seeds of violence, anger, frustration, and fear that will be passed on for generations to come. That's Thich Nhat Hanh saying that, okay? We can't change others, my friends, as much as we would like to. We cannot transform others. We can transform ourselves. We can transform our minds. We can change our thinking to change our lives. We're not praying to change others. We're praying to transform ourselves such that we can have this experience of peace that we desire. I mean, everyone in here wants peace, right? The Bible says a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. That's from James 1:8. So someone with a double mind has in the mind an opposite or opposing view at different times. Now, a double-minded person is restless and confused in their thoughts, their actions, and their behaviors. Such a person is always in conflict with themselves. It's a person who is torn by such inner conflict that they can never lean with confidence into the God of their understanding and all of its promises. Correspondingly, the term unstable is analogous to a drunken person who is unable to walk a straight line. swaying one way and then the other. A double-minded person is unstable in all of their ways. So imagine that, right? They have no defined direction, and as a result, they do not get anywhere. Have you seen or been a drunk person trying to walk a straight line, metaphorically and metaphorically speaking? Let's just say that. I've been both, okay? I'm not afraid to say it. I poured my heart out to you a couple weeks ago. I've been both, unstable in all of my ways, right? And so when we are double-minded, we are like that drunk person. Not sure, am I going this way? Am I going that way? They need to fix this, and just kind of wavery, unstable in all that they do. So if my prayer is for peace, yet I am committed to holding on to this resentment, I am unstable. If my prayer, if I'm sitting at home watching the news, there's got to be peace if I'm saying that, and then my friend calls and I say, oh, don't pick up the phone. I don't want to talk to her. What kind of friend is that, or sister or brother or kid, right? Whatever it is, whoever it is, that is unstable. We are being double-minded in that respect. So faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, faith is confidence or trust in a person or thing or a belief, not based on proof. And hope is an optimistic attitude of mind based on expectation or desire. Faith says it is so now. And hope says, well, maybe one day in the future if we're lucky. Which do you want? What? Thank you. Yes. Faith says it is so now. So today we are moving from wishing and dreaming to a full faith declaration of the revelation of peace in our own individual lives. Can I get an amen? And so it is. So, yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me because it begins in me, in my mind, in my heart, in my thoughts that occur when you're not around. Peace is what's happening. I'm declaring it, and I declare it for each one of us, right? In my actions. Get cut off on the freeway? I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. You're going to remember that. Reverend Elizabeth said, I raise you and I praise you in the name of love. I'm laughing, but really, this is how we do it, right? So I think sometimes these concepts and ideas and beliefs that we talk about can be something that's out there, but how do we pull it in and have it be a part of our own lives, our day-to-day reality? In the grocery store, at the gas station, talking with our friends, talking with our perceived enemies, people we have resentments against. How will we be? So faith brings the things we hope for into our lives. Hope is not a strategy, and I often say that. Hope is not a strategy, but sometimes hope is the next rung of the ladder up from despair and devastation. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with hope, okay? Let me be clear with that. However, we cannot rest on the laurels of hope. We must get to work. And that's what we came here to do. So I think of it like gasoline for your car, right? You have your car and you hope to go to Carmel. Without gas, you're not going to get very far. Hope is not a strategy. It's like that. You put the gas in your car, now you have the fuel to get there. You don't simply hope to get there in a car with no gas. Or do you? I mean, you're not going to get very far, exactly. You have an action to take. And so spiritual beings having a human experience, especially those of us in this room, those watching on Zoom, we know we are called to action. that's, we show up and we get in community together, we get into fellowship. What is my call to action? Practice peace. Practice peace. So we have an action to take. We're no longer saying things like, I hope this happens. I sure hope so. I'm hopeful. Where is the faith in that? WTF. That's what that means, by the way. Where's the faith? Okay? Just to be clear, how far has wishing for some pipe dream taken you? Not very far, right? So please, put the fuel in your car as you continue praying for peace. Believe it and know it and be who you came here to be. So some of us have forgiveness. Some of us have some things to clean up with our loved ones. Some of us have some things to clean up in our bank accounts. Some of us have some things to clean up with the IRS. Wherever it is, right? It's going to be different for everyone. Now let remind you that the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Sometimes we think that's true too. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Well, I see war happening. If I'm claiming peace, then how I don't see it. There's an absence of peace over there. But the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. And we can transform ourselves and the way that we move through the world and have an effect on others. When we look at the news on TV, YouTube, wherever in the newspapers, it's devastating, right? It's devastating because there's only one of us, and we see the pain, and we empathize, and we feel for others, right? Our brothers and our sisters and mothers, our other me's, all of them. And so, of course, we feel it. We feel it deeply. So, if there really is no other, what's happening over there is happening in me, then that must also mean that if I can come to a place in my own life where I experience peace, calm, harmony within me, that it can be felt in a non-local fashion everywhere. So the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Why? Because the presence is never in absence. Be peaceful. You are seeing and hearing about war in the world. People are frightened. Do you get that? People are frightened. On my way here this morning, there were some text messages coming to my phone. I will not name the people from whom sent them. But it was like, wow, there's fear. There's just like, and it's creating this anxiety. But that's not helping. That is not helpful. We are called to be peaceful. The presence is never in absence. People are frightened. Do what you need to do to generate peace. How can I be a place of peace? How can I bring peace to every single area of my life? That is the question. Someone said to my husband this week that God is not going to fix this problem. I want to remind everyone that we're not praying to a God outside of ourselves to fix a problem. That's the confusion. That's not what we're doing. That is not what we're doing. We are praying to the Holy Spirit that lives within us right now, that we might experience peace and uproot the seeds of violence and anger within us. It starts with us. This creates a responsibility for all of us. Our inability to see the sun shining has no effect on the sun. It still shines. The sun is not saying, oh, they're not looking at me, so I'm not going to shine. Meaning God is still God. The sun is still shining. Water is still wet. Peace exists in me and in the world. Can I see it? Can I feel it? Will I allow that peace to spill into all areas of my mind and heart, even there in that one spot? I know we all have one, at least. Will I allow that? A double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. So our prayers for peace will seem empty if we find ourselves at war in our own minds and in our hearts. When we experience inner conflict with our beliefs or outer conflict with others, when we experience self-conflict and being out of integrity, unforgiveness, resentment, judgment, shame, guilt, and even complaining, we are building barriers to our God-given birthright of peace and the experience of a calm, quiet stillness and serenity within us. So to experience the peace that passes human understanding, we must dissolve those structures that we have built up against peace. Today, we are planting seeds of peace, right here, right now. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Repeat that after me. I am the place where God lives. Moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where peace lives. Moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where peace shows up. Amen. And so it is. I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. I have come here to experience peace. God has sent me here to experience peace. I am peace. I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. Let's do that one together. I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. I have come here to experience peace. God has sent me here to experience peace. I am peace. I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. Yes. Can you hear that? Do you feel that? Spirit is calling to you. Peace. Peace. So this week, our call to action is to contemplate peace. Study the quality of peace. What does that mean? Feel your way into peace. Practice peace. Sneak up on it until it begins to emanate from you. Let peace become you. You are peaceful. So I'm going to invite the musicians to come up and prepare for the closing song while I invite you to look around at the room now. Just look around and see who is swimming in this peaceful ocean of devotion with you today. And think to yourself, oh my gosh, out of over 7 billion people, we are sitting here together. This has meaning. We chose to be here for a holy purpose. Wow, I see such beauty in you. Such love in you. I see such peace in you. You are a peaceful and a noble being with so much potential to change the world for the better by changing your own mind. So let's do this together. We are peace in the here and now. We are an active participant in the greater unfoldment of our lives and the world. So take a deep breath with me now. And I invite you to close your eyes if you are comfortable in doing so. And if you're not comfortable doing so, you can rest your gaze a few inches in front of you. And I'm going to read a prayer for world peace by Ernest Holmes. I know there is but one mind, which is the mind of God, in which all people live and move and have their being. I know there is a divine pattern for humanity, and within this pattern there is infinite harmony and peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness. I know that the mind of man, being one with the mind of God, shall discover the method, the way, and the means best fitted to permit the flow of divine love between individuals and nations. Thus, harmony, peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness will be experienced by all. I know there shall be a free interchange of ideas, of cultures, of spiritual concepts, of ethics, of educational systems, and of scientific discoveries, for all good belongs to all alike. I know that because the divine mind has created us all, we are bound together in one infinite and perfect unity. In bringing about world peace, I know that all people and all nations will remain individual but unified for the common purpose of promoting peace, happiness, harmony, and prosperity. I know that deep within every person, the divine pattern of perfect peace is already implanted. I now declare that in each person and in leaders of thought everywhere, this divine pattern moves into action and form, to the end that all nations and all people shall live together in peace, harmony, and prosperity forever. So it is now. Thanks.
Listen it closely now. Use all your senses now. Can't you see that I am God? God. You can get closer here, everyone far and near. You can't decide how it will be to set us free. Before heaven and earth made the rain, something mysterious and perfect hit the day. Out of the silent darkness of night came the light. Something mysterious and perfect lit the day. Out of the silent darkness of night came the light. Listen here closely now. Use all your senses now. Can't you see that you are God? God. Before heaven and earth made the rain, something mysterious and perfect lit the day. Out of the silent darkness of night came the light. Listen here closely now. Use all your senses now.
Woo! All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so will the ushers please come forward? It's now time for our gifts, tithes, and offerings. And by the way, I meant to mention our book of the month this month. And so I want to remind everyone that we are practicing being peaceful, right? So this book of the month by our very own Patricia Alexander, she's here. She's here today, and she will be signing books, and these books are available for purchase over on the table there. However, I want to share with you how beautiful this book is. It's called The Book of Comforts. And so what a beautiful, beautiful book for this time in our lives on this planet. It has filled with inspiration, ideas, and such goodness around finding comfort and getting that comfort that we each so are in need of and desiring right now. So today is the last day to get this book, and you want to see Patricia and have her sign it for you, yes? Yep. All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, so you have an envelope in your order of service, and if you are giving cash, we invite you to put your cash in the envelope and write your name on the envelope so that at the end of the year we can send a statement out, a giving statement to you. Otherwise, we don't know that it's coming from you. If you want to be anonymous, that's okay too. All right, I think I've said enough, huh? Okay, so please take your gift and place it over your heart and repeat after me. Divine love through me. Blesses and multiplies all that I have. All that I give. And all that I receive. Joyously I give. And joyfully I receive. And so it is. Right. Thank you.
Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give. Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give. Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give. Divine love flows through me, blessing all I give.
we bless all the gifts that are shared with this community and beyond. You tithe, we all tithe. And today, let's remember the greatest gift that we have that's limitless and in our hearts is the peace we carry and the knowing of the one and our intricate, important, vital part in it. So we bless this, we bless us, we bless our beautiful planet, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you. Okay, and now, let's see, we don't have, is Sonia here today? Sonia's not. She is here? Oh, and she's got children. Woo! Hallelujah. Gotta go get her. Yeah, do it. All right. Come on. Wow. It's like 10 kids. Come on. Woo. Need the mic. Yeah. Come on in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are a very young bunch today. We met a dog that was older than us, yeah. Very sweet. So we went around and we found all the beauty that we could find. We looked for things in particular, like hearts and flowers. We made wishes. And we checked our listening ears, which were excellent today. So yeah, a little bit of exercise on that. And so, yes. And so our affirmation for today is I am joy. Yes.
All right. It's so good to have you back, Sonia. Thank you. Whoop. Grabbed him by the backpack. All right, so our announcements angel is coming up to share some wonderful announcements for today.
Good
Is that
morning.
right?
Good morning. That's right. My name is Travis, and I am the announcements angel for this morning, Sunday, February 27th. Would you all please, if you can, stand for just a moment? We're going to raise and praise. If you could turn around and look at that camera, there are 20 souls joining us on Zoom. Raise and praise you, Zoomers. Hello. All right. Thank you. You too, Brian. We raise you and praise you. Okay, you may be seated. Without telling you how the sausage is made, young Brian has been under a lot of stress this morning. We debuted a new sound system, as you can see by these speakers. I'll tell you a funny story about that later at the end. All right. Musicians, we also raise and praise you. Thank you for your musical inspiration. We love you. Thank you. All right. Class is in. That's right. Foundations class in person at the Awakening Ways office. Class begins this Tuesday, March 1st from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. for 10 weeks. Whoa, that's a commitment. All right. Please be there by 5:30 for the first night of class to complete your paperwork and purchase your Science of Mind book if you need it. While class registration ended on Wednesday, if you would like to attend, You can slip me a 20, and I know people. I can. No. Oh, wait a minute. What does that say? Oh, yeah. You can still sign up with Reverend Elizabeth after service today for an additional $50 fee. The additional $50 fee covers the cost of creating your workbook at the last minute. Whoa. Contact Reverend Elizabeth with questions at reverendelizabeth@awakeningways.org. What was that? That's right. Thank you. Patrick, you're amazing. All right. Chat with the minister is complete. That was fun. All right. Thank you all who attended the Zoom calls in February. It was deep and enriching experience. Please note that there will be no Wednesday calls while Foundations class is going on from March through May. All right. The book of the month, as was demonstrated. Whoa, here we go. Okay. The Book of Comforts by our very own Patricia Alexander. All right. It's available at the sales desk for $20. She is here today to sign your book. And we have the February issue of Science of Mind magazine available for $2. Two. And the March issue is available for $5. All right. Now, you want to remember to sign up for our Awakening Ways spiritual community email list. You can do that with Jen or at the sign-up sheet at the table in the foyer. The reason why you want to do this is we send out information about the things that are happening at the center on that email list, and all kinds of good stuff. So you'll definitely want to stay in touch that way. Also, if you're on Facebook, find and friend Reverend Elizabeth, because she's always posting great stuff about our community. All right. Next up is the Healthy Body Connecting Circle. And I would like to invite Patricia up to share about the upcoming Connecting Circle.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. So the Healthy Bodies Connecting Circle is still meeting on Zoom, and I want you to know that that's for you Zoomers and people who don't live in this area, that you can still have access to it. And I'm very, very pleased that Reverend Elizabeth and Travis are going to do their best to make the next one, which is March 6th, next Sunday. And we're changing the time to 4 p.m., hoping that will accommodate more people. And the topic is very, very important. It's something that very few people know anything about. It has to do with the processing of the oils that we eat every day in our food. And there are bad oils, lots of them, that are cheaper than the good oils. Unfortunately, what goes about making those oils changes the molecules of those, of those oils, and that changes our molecules and really has long-term effects on our health. It's sort of a hidden danger. So there are good oils, that's the good news, and we're going to talk about all that, how it affects us, how it works on a scientific level, and this is all based on this wonderful book called Deep Nutrition by Dr. Catherine Shanahan. I urge you to attend. It will change your life. And when you switch to the good oils, which many of you already naturally do, just trying to pursue a healthy lifestyle, you can get more energy, more longevity, better access to your own brain. It deals with inflammation, which causes pretty much all illnesses. At any rate, it's really an amazing topic, and I hope to see you there. 4 o'clock.
All right. And another raise and praise to all of our volunteer angels that do all of the things behind the scenes to set up, to get us ready for our services on Sunday, our events, pack up the church when we're done and put it in the storage locker, all of the things that get done at the Awakening Ways offices, preparing for our classes. We raise and praise you. We raise and praise all of our volunteers. Can we give them some love? Yeah. All right. On Saturday, March 19th, we're having a gigantic book sale. What? Gigantic, right? It's huge at the office from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you're into books, you definitely want to check this out. Saturday, March 19th, gigantic book sale. All right. Mask policy. There's been some questions about this. So, in accordance with the guidelines of SLO County in the state of California for masking at our Sunday gatherings, we would like to remind you that if you're unvaccinated, please remember to bring and wear your mask, ensuring that it fits your face, covers your nose, mouth, and chin. No chin hammocks, please. Okay. Also, for those of you who are not comfortable without a mask, we honor and respect your wish to continue wearing a mask. No judgment at all. We do ask that those who are unvaccinated to please adhere to the state and county guidelines and wear your mask. Thank you. All right, and finally, the last announcement. Today, we're having our annual meeting. All right. Please join us right after the service today for our annual meeting. We will thank our previous board members, welcome new board members, get a financial report, review our accomplishments for 2021, and hear about Reverend Elizabeth's vision for 2022. So grab a drink and a snack from the back and come get a seat. All right. And that, my beloveds, has been the announcements. Thank you.
It's not turning on. Can you hear me now? Yes. All right, so let's stand and circle up for our benediction and call and response. We're not holding hands, or you can hold hands, sure. It's up to you guys. Won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turned within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called peace. Peace is in my mind. Peace is in my body. Peace is in my pocketbook. Peace is in my relationships. Peace is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, peace. Woo! All right.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. Maybe I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy.
All right.